area into a failed state. And, of course, the media does not recognize that this was the plan all along. U.S. State Department orders 160,000 Ebola hazmat suits. That, my friends, is the big news and is linked up on drudgereport.com, along with this headline: CDC says prepare for Ebola in U.S. hospitals. It's now officially saying that. Meanwhile, the British Prime Minister is heading to Scotland to boost no vote. Look at this headline: robot sentry shoots targets automatically from 2 miles away. They're already making the ground, air, and sea robots autonomous, making their own decisions, completing the Skynet equation. Robot sentries that automatically shoots with a 50 caliber rifle people at 2 miles away. Samsung Group subsidiary has developed it. It's called the SGR-A1. And this particular robot will carry a fair amount of weapons that ought to make you think twice about crossing the borders of South Korea illegally. And it has been tested out at a demilitarized zone along the border with its neighbor, North Korea. This SGR-A1 will be able to detect intruders with the help of machine vision cameras alongside a combination of heat and motion sensors. Isn't that just precious? It looks like something directly out of RoboCop. Oh, boy. And, of course, it will follow orders, ladies and gentlemen, to go after the people. The whole idea of the Samsung SGR-A1 is to let the military robot center do the work of its human counterparts over a demilitarized zone with south and north border, so there will be minimal loss of life on the South Korean side, just in case things turn sour. Oh, yeah, because North Korea hasn't promised to train 100,000 pieces of artillery on Seoul and burn it in a matter of hours, as it's estimated. No, this is giving control of human weapon systems to the machines and to the technocracy that runs it so they can launch attacks or false flags. This is just a disaster waiting to happen, and it's all unfolding. I got a lot of other news I'm going to be getting to, but let's race through your calls. Kelly in Texas, thanks for holding her on the air.
God bless you, brother.
God bless you.
He does. You're talking about all this Ebola and stuff, and you just showed about these machine guns. There's your FEMA guards right there we're going to come to. But at any rate, with all these viruses stuff, I lost my wife to Lou Gehrig's disease a year ago, Memorial Day.
I'm sad to hear that.
53 years old. Thanks. And she was in the federal system for a little bit, but I had to go back and look, and I think she got a flu shot. I've never had one, won't get one. I don't take anything like that at all, period. As a matter of fact, now I take your Survival Shield X2 and Vitality and all that because of all this. And I'm fixing to go have a surgery done Wednesday on my shoulder, and I'm scared to go back in there because I don't know what's going to happen out of that. But I got to get it done so I can work. But my point is, all these viruses, we're in a post-antibiotic era now. We have nothing to touch it. When my wife I took care of her here in my home until she passed away. I took off of work to do it, and I'd do it again in a heartbeat because I wouldn't put her in a home. But the times that she had to go to the hospital, she got a infection of one of the superbugs, so-called superbugs they got in her urine. They said, well, there's no antibiotics that'll touch it. I just think that our government is evil. They're pulling out all stops. They're using several different fronts, being taken down at the borders, being these biological warfare that they're putting out on the public, which is what I think it is. And I don't think they're stopping yet. They're trying to keep us confused so they can have so many different fronts. You just can't focus on one. That's my opinion.
That's right. And they put estrogen mimickers in the printer ink, in the food lining, to make women hyper-feminine that gives them thyroid problem, breast problems, you name it, and to make men feminine so there's no real men. Normal men, when they're being enslaved, take action. But they have lowered the testosterone on record by at least 50% in the average man living in an industrialized nation. I don't care if you're black, white, or Hispanic. Your testosterone has been artificially lowered by these people. I mean, they know exactly what they're doing. And lo and behold, Bertrand Russell wrote about lowering testosterone in the 1930s with additives in food and water. And lo and behold, in 1974, the year I was born, the current White House science czar wrote Eco-Science. That, by the way, they've taken off Scrib online. They don't want you reading now. It was free online because it was a government textbook on their plan to sterilize the population through the food and water. They are doing it. God bless you, brother. Good to hear from you. Sorry about your wife. Barbara in Arizona, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm calling about the, about carriers of disease like Typhoid Mary.
Yes.
Yes, I have personal experience with that. It's with a dog and a cat, but I mean, it's the same thing. There was a dog that was a distemper carrier that gave my puppy distemper, and then afterwards the people told me, oh yeah, my dog's a, carrier of distemper, but they lived long lives. And then I had a cat in 81 that lived for 20 years that was a carrier of feline leukemia. And she never saw a symptom or anything, but it was verified by the vet that she, was a carrier. I had to keep her away from everything and keep her in the house.
That's right. My parents had like 3 cats when I was growing up, and then they found out that one of them was a carrier of the cat AIDS or whatever it is that humans can't get, but it's HIV. And then it wasn't killing that cat, but that it was viral and would kill other cats. So they didn't get more cats after that until that cat had died. Because there's so many, I haven't worked for a vet in years, but what is it? There's kitty AIDS, and then there's kitty leukemia, like you said, that's transferable. And see, there's a lot of stuff in humans like this, too, that they won't tell you is viral. Like, they know a lot of type 1 diabetes that they claim is genetic is really, and this isn't me, because I'm not a medical doctor. I've been told this by medical doctors on air. I've seen it. I've been told by people at the Dell Medical Center here in Austin. I've talked to folks that have been involved that they're getting pancreatitis from a virus. And they're telling them, well, it's genetic now, when they know full well it's a virus that's done it and that their pancreas might turn back on. But once they put them on the insulin, it's not going to turn back on. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right, yes.
Most cancer is viral. That's been known since the 20s.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I was just going to, so that's why, people, they could be carrying a bowl all around and, and they show no symptoms, live a long life, just like Typhoid Mary. And the other thing I want to say is I'm a member of, Prison Planet, and I share it with my family and friends, and I just want to thank you so much for my being able to do that, to share it.
Ma'am, thank you so much. I'm going to say this again. I am overall a very good person. Compared to everybody I know, I'm probably one of the nicest, most moral people I know. But I still have really bad thoughts, and I'm a wicked person. We all are. So when you tell me thank you and how great I am, it is such a responsibility to be here on air. It is so humbling to be here on air and to have so many people counting on me while I stammer and stutter and, do all my little tics and things that I do. That's why I want to tell you, you don't need to thank me. We're all in this together. We love justice and truth so much that we even hate our own worldliness, even though it's not that big compared to people we would call bad. But when you really meet somebody who is awake and does know what's going on, they are always very humble. It's because you're then aware of your own shortcomings and other people's. And it's not that it hurts me when you say thank you and things. It's that you're counting on me so much that then I feel like I'm not working enough, I'm not doing a good enough job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand, yes. But, I
don't know how to describe it. It's a feeling. But listen, God bless you. I appreciate your call. I'd liken it to a video we never aired of Australia. I think it was Australia, where a train ran over a guy's leg, and it was stuck on top of his leg. And one person got over there and started pushing on the train, and nothing happened. But then pretty soon everybody gets on the big train, and they lean the whole train up so they can get his leg out from under it. Now, if government would have tried to do that, he'd have died of shock. It had taken a day to get a crane in there and get it off his leg. But the people took action together, and they knew how to push the train, how to get it off its leg, and then how to set it back down. But it'd be like if I was pushing on the train and you were thanking me for pushing on the train. Listen, if I'm not pushing on the train, you need to be punching me in the nose, figuratively. It's not exceptional to push on the train or to pick the car up off the kid. And in the fact that we think it's exceptional, and by the way, when I see a police officer helping a lady change her tire, I want to pull over and thank them. I want to write a letter of commendation, you know, to the police chief saying I saw him doing something good. And then it clicks. That's what cops used to do most of the time when they weren't on a call, not because they were little pathetic servants, but because they were real men and knew that was the highest order, was going out and helping children and women and things like that. It was chivalry. So then I think, no, I don't need to thank that cop, but I need to point out that there are good people like that out there so that